Donald Trump has signed more executive orders in the first 2.5 months of his presidency than any of his predecessors. And some of these executive orders, of course, have been challenged in courts. His own administration lawyers from the Department of Justice have struggled to defend them. And in some of their defenses, they've admitted, we don't know what the order means. And I talked about that, when these lawyers would go into court and make these claims. But even then, when the lawyers for Trump were saying, we don't even know what it means, nobody really thought maybe we should take a second look at these. Even when the story came out that they were using AI to write executive orders, nobody really thought maybe we ought to read all of these. One man finally did, New York Times reporter Carlos Lozada. And Carlos Lozada, after reading every word of every single executive order signed by Donald Trump, admitted most of these literally don't even make any sense. They're just weird sentences that Donald Trump put together and said, this is now an order. Let me read you this because this is beyond hilarious. Trump favors the flourish of the order over the hassle of lawmaking. Why bother assembling legislative coalitions when you can just write, by authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered, and then tack on whatever you like? Some of the orders are so generic as to be meaningless. One of the shortest declares that U.S. foreign policy must always put America and American citizens first. Another order requires that taxpayer money should be spent only on making America great. It's hard to know how to execute such orders other than to proclaim them. Although some orders are specific in their instructions, still others list no precise actions but only instruct some new task force or council to think of things to do. So while Donald Trump is out there bragging about, I've signed so many executive orders, when you actually read them, as Carlos Lozada did, he's like, these aren't even things. This is just a stream of consciousness that somehow became a presidential executive order that doesn't even mean anything. There's nothing enforceable about it. There's no clear directive. There's no policy goal. There's nothing. Trump just had a sentence in his head that he could have just put out on Truth Social, but instead he wanted it to be official. He wanted it to go down in the annals of the federal government. So he turns it into an executive order that makes absolutely no sense. This is the problem. If Biden, and yes, I'm going to tap that well again, if Biden had ever done this, the media would have immediately posted the executive order and said, this makes no sense, the guy's lost his mind. We got to 25th Amendment him right now. But Trump has done this multiple times. His brain is not functioning, and the media is still not calling that part of the story out. When he gets on Truth Social and makes these insane claims, the media is not talking about the mental health aspect of it. There is no talking about Donald Trump without bringing up the mental capacity. The mental capacity that, by the way, is simply not there. That is the part the media has to do better with, because those are inseparable. They go hand in hand. That is the cause. That is the reason for all of this insanity. The man is not well. And if you need proof of it, go read through those executive orders. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.